So guys, this is my second attempt at this video. Yesterday I started out, but when I was done recording I realized that the mic wasn't on, so there was no audio. So I'm going at it today again, and we all know that the original is always the best. So welcome back to the Countrymarro YouTube channel, internet land. I am Countrymarro, and I'll take you along this morning with me again to just show you guys how I'm caring for my backyard garden in these drought-like conditions. We haven't had rain in about 5 weeks now. This week would be making 6 weeks. Yesterday we should have had some rain, but changed its mind and went somewhere else. So I'm hoping we can have some rain today. Whilst I'm talking to you guys, I'm just removing a bit of weed from the garden now. I'm going to put in a few clips of yesterday, the one that the audio wasn't too bad into this video. But for the peppers, I went ahead and removed some of the amaranth from around the peppers, and let me just take you guys in a bit closer and show you what else I did just to keep it going in these dry times. So guys, the experts will tell you otherwise. They will tell you that you shouldn't have anything competing with your plants, but the farmer will tell you that weed in your bed some of the time will protect your plants from the element. So planting in ground and planting in raised bed are two totally different things. So we have to understand the advice that we're giving. So if this was a raised bed, I would have had mulch in it, a whole lot of mulch to cover the ground to maintain that moisture for the plants. However, this is in ground. This is Florida sandy soil, which everyone is afraid of, and I am here doing this in Florida sandy soil. Not bragging, but if you prepare your soil properly, you can reap proper result. So perlite again in my green onions, perlite in the tomatoes. I'm just trying to retain a bit of that rainwater when it comes, because no matter how you use water from the faucet, it can't match back up with the water from the heavens. Okay, so here we have some peppers. These are bell peppers. See, we have them blooming. We have a few on this one. And these down here are Scotch bonnet peppers, so these are hot peppers. All the way down, it's bell pepper mixed in with amaranth, because as I always say, amaranth are my weed in my garden. Amaranth is really my problem here. They just grow all over. I don't have a lot of different type of weeds, mostly amaranth. And this result, to keep this greenery here throughout these dry time, I go in a bit harder now these days with the rabbit manure. So the floor of the bed here, you see these white things? Those are perlite. a plane was passing overhead, so I just paused. Those are perlites. I throw those in just to get some water retention when the rain comes, because no water is as good as the waters from the heaven. So hence I throw in some perlite into my garden. I've done this one time before, maybe about 4 years ago, but since then we haven't had a extended period of dry weather like this, so I didn't need it to do it. But now calls for action, and I have to go in with some perlite now just to keep it down, hold down some of the moisture. Some people may ask, or some people may say, why I didn't just use wood shaving or some type of organic matter. Yes, I could have. However, I use the amaranth that was already there as a weed, acting as a ground cover to stain it. It wouldn't have taken away any nutrient from the soil, because this is in-ground planting. This is not raised bed or potting planting, or container planting I should say. This is in-ground planting. So when you're doing in-ground planting, this is what we call farming then. When you're doing in-ground planting like this, remember, mineral is always moving through the earth. No matter what, as long as the air is around, mineral is moving through the earth. The magnetic field drive mineral all through the earth at all times. So at no point the soil is dead once it is the earth. At no point the soil can be dead. The earth can't be dead. So no matter what the specialists or the academias tell you, the soil, the earth can't be dead. Yes, you can put soil in a pot or in a bag, and after a while it loses everything. But even when you have the earth there and something is not growing there, one thing is not growing there, another thing can grow there, because mineral is always moving through the surface of the earth. On this side again, we have the pak choys that planted a few weeks ago also. They are here, ready to be harvested in another maybe 4 days. So they are here. I'm gonna get rid of them. Maybe for this Saturday they can make dinner, and then I'll come in with something here for the drier month. I have a pumpkin right there. Let me just take you guys in and show you guys how it's doing. So here it is. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera as big as it is in person or in real. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera as it is here in real, but it's a big one. It's a huge one. I'm just waiting for this node to dry up, and then we know that this pumpkin is ready. This is how the tomatoes are doing now in the condition. A whole lot of these, they are not as big as they would have been under normal circumstances, where rain, I would be getting rainwater, or I would be tapping it up with faucet water at times when we are not getting enough rain. But nevertheless, these tomatoes right here, these two right here, are over a year old. So I am satisfied now with what I've gotten from them. I've already removed suckers from them to replant. Sweet potato. This is the little sweet potato patch that we put in. Maybe it's about 3 weeks old now. I went in afterwards and put in a few cucumber with the rabbit manure. I just put it in with rabbit manure and these are looking good. They're tolerating the sun quite well. I'm going to build something for it to run on, maybe a trellis you can call it, or just a stick or anything. Maybe I could leave them and let them run, but let's see if the rainy season kicks in soon, then maybe I'll have to go with that. If not, and it's going to be dry like this, I can leave them this way because they won't be running too far before they start bearing because they're going to be stressed. Over here again, these are a few more tomato suckers that came off an older set of tomato plants that I had. They ran about 8 or 9 months and I took suckers from them, and here we go. I took these out of the full sun and put them closer to the house side because of the harsh dry conditions. So they're in a bit of shade now just to gain some strength, and then I can expose them fully to the element. But these will be staying into these grow bags throughout this summer, and I'll see if I can keep them even up until the fall. Alright guys, this tomato is a volunteer tomato that I've been showing you guys from it was about the size of my thumb. Here it is now, almost shoulder height for me, and it has a lot of flower on it. I'm not going to cut back this tomato. It is beautiful. It has a whole lot of limbs on it. The root structure is very robust, so this is handling the heat very well, as in the dry, drought-like condition. When the sun is standing in the sky in that midday, this tomato doesn't budge. So it's here going along, and this is what I'm going to be taking some more suckers from, just because of its resilience. I notice how during the heat of the day it doesn't droop or anything like that, so I think this is a plant which I'm going to be taking suckers from. Around this side we have the melons coming. Not too bad, they're a bit shaded. You know that melon love sun, but I'm trying to cut back a few of these passion fruit. I'm trying to cut back a few passion fruit so that more sun can come in on the melon. However, I think this is working out for the melons now because of the dryness and the heat that is going on right now. So they are not stressed, they're okay. The root system is quite fine. I've packed it with rabbit manure, and I went in with rabbit urine also. So it's packed with nitrogen. We have a whole lot of flower on it. I'm not going to trouble anything because I see a lot of bees around, so they should be doing their job. Oh, we have a small melon right there. So I'm just going to allow nature to do its job. Down here, if you guys can see, we have a pumpkin here. Not ready as yet. You don't hear that hollowness when you hit it, so that pumpkin is not ready, but it's another big one. So when I go around the yard and look, I can safely say I can get maybe 30 pumpkin this season so far from what I'm seeing. 30 pumpkins, so that's a whole lot for us, and a whole lot of squashes also. I also had promised you guys that I would show you the pak choys that we put in pot. When was it? On Friday or Thursday, one of those days. I'm not sure. There they are, and everything, it's a 100% success. Everything is coming now, so I have a set of pak choy I can eat this weekend coming, and this set is coming up for 2 weeks time, so I'll just keep you guys posted on this. This was the potting mix that I did and put them in it, and told you guys that I would bring them up in potting mix just to show people who are in small spaces and apartment that you can go ahead and do your veggies like this in these, well, small containers. So go ahead, try and grow your own food on your balconies and get something. You may not be able to get as much as I am getting with a backyard like this. However, it's a start for you guys and it's an experience. And it's also the joy of knowing that you planted something and you can eat it. So please go ahead and try it. And guys, my herbs are coming along. These are my basil. This is my little basil patch. I'm not sure if I've ever shared it with you guys. I have a few garlic over there. They're also coming along. So everything right here is just taking its time and going same way. So here is another little herb patch that I have. Parsley, leaf of life, a whole host of things in here. Thyme, everything is right here. Fever grass, lemongrass, everything is right here in this patch. But I don't organize this patch. I just throw them down and allow them to grow together. And they're always like this. Sometimes I just have to cut them back and put stuff in the chicken coop. But it grows well like this for me. I'm not sure if you want your garden to look like this, where things are not organized, everything is just growing together. But what it does, it fights out the weed. So you have less weeding to do when you plant like this because everything is just growing over each other. I even have, what are these again? Cucumbers in here. So cucumbers growing right here also. It's just a little herb patch where we can come and just snip a leaf and go into the kitchen and do what we're doing. If we're making a salad, we can come and get something and we can just go again. So this is just another little herb patch in the garden. Once upon a time I had gingers around here, but when the men came to replace the AC unit over there, they trampled all over this. So I made a new path around that side, just in case any work is to be done on the AC, someone can go around that side so they won't disturb our little herb patch right here. So guys, in saying all of that, soil preparation plays a whole lot in your garden. And for me, with this rabbit manure, it has been a game changer for me, whether it be in the garden or indoor plants, because when I look at even my lawn, my front lawn, it is looking much better than when I used to use other fertilizers, so-called organic fertilizer from the store. So talk about my front lawn, and there it is in the drought now. There it is in the drought, and it's keeping up fairly okay. That's how I'm keeping my garden going throughout these drought-like conditions here in Central Florida, or not say Central Florida, but where I am living here in Florida, because maybe some other places within my grow zone have been getting rain, but I haven't gotten rain in over 5 weeks. This is going to be week 6 if the rain doesn't come today. And this is how I'm handling the situation, by throwing down more rabbit poop because it also has moisture in it, throwing down perlite to retain for water retention whenever I use the hose to water, because I don't have a watering system per se. Now the chickens are starting up, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Countrymarro. God bless you all. You all be safe out there.